Alright, hello everyone, this is Crota, and where's the recording? Yes, my voice is being recorded. Everything is well in the world as things are now getting underway. Excuse me. Over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have Th000 spawning as the purple human player. Meanwhile, we have Moon spawning under the name Th000 as the blue night elf. This is AWC, I believe, the finals. Not 100% sure. I'll have to get back to you on that. And I believe this is a best of 7 series. Yes, that means we will be getting a lot of games between these two world-class players. And I am very much looking forward to what these players have in store. Excuse me. My apologies already. Apparently my mic or my cough button is no longer working as it should, so I needed to disconnect it, and unfortunately that means you will hear me coughing occasionally. I am fighting a bit of a cold. And I am not coughing directly into the mic. I just have such a good mic setup that, well, it picks up a lot of background noise a bit. Well, then that's not a really good mic setup, is it? Anyways, let's go ahead and figure out what's going to be going down between this human versus night elf opening on Twisted Meadows. It looks like it is going to be a demon hunter versus or against an archmage. Archmage was a sped built, so that means that the archmage will be able to creep out this mercenary camp here very, very easily. He's not going to get challenged, and he may even have time to try and creep out another mercenary camp very, very quickly. He could either try to go north and use a second group of militia to take down the Ogre Magi, or he could try to go off into this direction here, get this 533 creep camp, and get closer and closer to level 2, or level 3, and that level 2 water elemental. Alright, creeping now underway here. You can see a little bit of action coming in. Militia doing a good job. What items will be left behind, and will it be a Tome of Experience? Tome of Experience, perhaps the best item dropped off of this particular site here, because it will give a lot of experience to that Archmage. Alright, you can see that the Archmage, picks up the Tome of Experience, and this is one of those things where I really don't agree with. If you did not know, the higher level your hero, the less experience you get off of creeps. So if you ever wonder why sometimes heroes have more or less experience after clearing down that creep camp, it is because the timing on which you clear out the creep camp. Alright, you can see this troll trapper is now going after these units here. This archmage is going to be sitting at level 2, not going to be able to get to level 3 here. Going to be awfully close, and down goes this troll trapper. There you have it. That archmage is about 101 experience away from level 3. Does get a very, very good jump head start there, but still not quite enough. We can see also True Shot aura has been left behind, so the Archmage and those water elementals will really benefit there. Meanwhile, that Demon Hunter has eaten its way, or has gone its way through this lumber line here, or timber line here, and now has gotten to level 2 on this Demon Hunter. A Footman is now going to come inside here, go after some of these wisp here, and try to get in some damage. You can see that this Ancient of War is absorbing a whole bunch of damage, as the Demon Hunter is able to just clear out this creep camp pretty easily. The Ancient of War, now very, very low on hit points, is going to take a little bit more damage there. There's a second water elemental, or a water elemental now being left behind, as the Troll Shadow Priest is now trying to get away. Alright, Moon cannot afford to lose this one Ancient of War. If he loses this Ancient of War, that's going to be pretty much all of the production buildings. Meanwhile, Th000 does have a Troll Berserker in here as well. So that one Troll Berserker adding in an extra bit of damage. And you can see what's going on here as we now look at this one Ancient of War has now rooted himself. And by rooting himself here, he is now going to take a little bit less damage from the Archmage, but still taking the full damage from the Footman. There it goes. Down it goes. And finally, one Forest Troll is all that is left right there. The Forest Troll will get taken out here, and now the Archmage is still just sitting at level 2. Alright, where is that Demon Hunter? The Demon Hunter is back inside his base, has a Staff of Teleportation, has a Boots of Speed, and Gloves of Haste. A very, very strong anti-magic hero, able to mana burn that Archmage relatively quickly, and then try and take down units before, take down those water elementals before they're even dropped. Alright, this Archmage will get to level 3 here, and I'm really curious as to what Th000's follow-up is going to be. By setting up this expansion here, he is not going to have the economic advantage, or he's going to have an economic advantage, but he's not going to have the tech advantage that he really wants. He's going to be severely delayed in terms of his second hero and any sort of caster opening. Meanwhile, we can see that there's a Wisp hiding off to the north, not training into a Tree of Life just quite yet. The Demon Hunter is still wandering around here, but he has not been doing what he needs to do. He needs to harass his opponent and try to get his opponent to stay inside his base and spend a lot of gold on all of those peasants. That's not happening here. You can see all the peasants are off over here. 5, 6 of them total at this expansion. Meanwhile, back over here, the Archmage, it looks like he sold some items and then picked up Boots of Speed as the Demon Hunter now makes his way off to the north. He is going to spot this expansion and now go after those peasants already. All right, one peasant relatively low on hit points, going to try to run inside that gold mine. Nope, not enough time there. It looks as though this peasant is going to get taken out as well. There it goes as that Demon Hunter now very close to level 3. That's going to be extremely bad news as the Demon Hunter does make its way back out. All right, let's continue to engage here. All right, this Demon Hunter going after the Footman. It looks as though the Footman is going to get level 3 now on the Demon Hunter. The Footman trying to chase after this one Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter is now just hiding in the back over here, almost pushing him up against a wall. Meanwhile, you can see that the Archmage is trying to go after all of these creeps. A Troll Shadow Priest not stuck on the wrong side there as all of those units are running back and around. Archmage does have a bit of damage. Meanwhile, the Demon Hunter is here as well. Militia has been called over. Staff of Teleportation. The Demon Hunter now down to sub 60 hit points, or about 60. Goes back home, now going to regenerate all of those hit points rather quickly, and now needs to figure out a way to engage. That Demon Hunter did not shut down this expansion as much as he needed to, as the economic advantage will be very, very strong for Th000, as Th000 is now chasing away this Wisp. Wisp is sitting at level 3 once more. It looks as though, yes, that one Wisp will just simply go for a detonation right there. Meanwhile, the Demon Hunter and the Archmage battling it out in the center. A quick mana burn onto the Archmage as Th000 now drops another Water Elemental, making sure that he drops a Water Elemental before that mana burn goes off. Otherwise, the mana burn would have prevented that Archmage from dropping that Water Elemental. So far, we can see a Tree of Life has been built off over here. This is not the typical location. This is more of a ninja expansion, trying to hide off to the side, and Moon is going to be in a very, very curious situation. He has the tech advantage, and he is now trying to even things up economically speaking. It's going to take him quite some time to get there. Even if the Tree of Life makes its way down over, it still will take quite some time before he's able to mine it out. All right, what's happening next? The Demon Hunter and the Naga Sea Witch now venturing off to the south side. It is going to try and creep out this creep camp rather quickly. That Tree of Life, 1,300 hit points to give in order to just tank a lot of that damage. And here you go. There's the action. Meanwhile, Th000 now pushing in with a very, very strong 49 over 54 supply army. And it's going to hit the main base pretty much straight up. Ancient of Wonders getting canceled before it even finishes, as we're now looking at perhaps some Moon Wells getting pressured down. Demon Hunter has now using that Staff of Teleportation, heading back home. It is just a Staff of Teleportation, and there you go. The Demon Hunter is currently slowed by that Mud Golem, as the Demon Hunter is still wandering back around. It does have a Ring of Regeneration, which is a very strong item for that Demon Hunter. That Demon Hunter is going to just regenerate all of those hit points rather easily as the Ogre Mauler tries to take down that Demon Hunter. All right, where's that Naga Sea Witch? It is now coming back the other way. This is going to be a little bit of a pincer attack here, as the Abolish Magic should be coming in from those Dryads to try and take down the Water Elemental. All right, Troll Shadow Priest going to get taken out very easily. Now trying to run back around. There it goes. We do have Defend on those Footmen, as a Troll Shadow Priest will get taken out there. Level 4 now on the Archmage. Level 4 on the Archmage means that, yes, a mana burn should be coming in. Are we going after a mana burn yet? No, not quite yet. Just going after the Troll Berserkers. And that Demon Hunter is just taking so much damage. And I believe that the Ring of Regeneration was the real reason why that Demon Hunter could do as much damage as it did. Now, after using a little bit of that Moon Juice, now coming back in once more, the Archmage needs to back off. And still no Ancient of Wonders for Moon, as Moon is in a little bit of trouble. The Archmage still engaging down over here. It looks as though, yes, that Archer will get taken down, no problem. Archmage still trying to give chase. Naga Sea Witch sitting at level 2. Demon Hunter is right there. Are we going to perhaps see a mana burn trying to go after the Naga Sea Witch, as now the Archmage needs to get away, down to 120 hit points. There it goes. No, another cold arrow does not come in. There is a mana burn, and a Goblin Zeppelin arrives just in time to heal and repair. Ancient of Wonders now comes into play here. Archmage sitting at 40 hit points. Where is it going to go? What can it really do in terms of healing? as the Zeppelin arrived just in time for a bit of that Zeppelin micro. Alright, Tree of Life down to 1100 hit points, does have 5 Wisp in the gold mine. And now that has been scouted out, Th000 realizes, yes, that's what he was doing during that attack time. Beautifully played by Moon. And Moon, and now with a level 4 Demon Hunter and level 2 Naga Sea Witch, has a slight advantage as we are now going into a Blood Mage. Alright, Blood Mage does not make a lot of sense for me. Blood Mage is typically is not your typical hero choice whatsoever, especially on a hero that has so much mana already. You can see the Siphon mana now taking the mana away here. It looks as though, yes, the Null Warden will run out of all of its mana. The Blood Mage pretty much at maximum mana already, as the Archmage may get a little bit more mana as well. Alright, let's go ahead and take down that one Null Overseer. There it goes. Circlet of Nobility was left behind, for some reason not picked up at all. That extra 50 hit points could make a very big difference, and it looks like, yes, that is going to be picked up by that Archmage now. Coming back around, Naga Sea Witch, Staff of Preservation, sending the Demon Hunter back home, now back up to near full hit points and regenerating quickly. So far, we are just engaging down over here. The Blood Mage still has plenty of mana, siphoning the mana away from that Ogre Magi. The Blood Mage now upside down on mana at 345, could easily be giving it back to that Archmage here in just a moment. Not quite sure why he isn't doing that, since that Archmage is low on mana, and since that Blood Mage is upside down, that mana isn't going to be doing much of anything sitting inside that Blood Mage there. So far, there goes another, as we can see, the Archmage still seeing that 250 mana, has enough for 2 Water Elementals, and we need to get more Priests to heal. Coming back here, Moon sitting on 2 bases. He has cleared out that Goblin Observatory camp. He does have, I think, hero level wise, we are about the same, level 4 and level 2 versus level 4, level 2, I believe. Looking for that Naga Sea Witch, don't quite see where it is. Level 3, never mind. Moon having a clear-cut advantage there, as we're going to be taking down the Rock Golem. Alright, Tome of Intelligence, Boots of Quel'Thalas, plus 6 agility, meaning additional armor. It looks as though the Troll Trapper will get taken down here. Meanwhile, you can see all these militia are trying to make their way back. This is going to be a very bad day for all those units. 2 militia taken out extremely quickly, as we are now looking into an engagement. Scroll Town Portal, the Priest now trying to get away quickly, getting mana burned and focused down by those Dryads, as we're looking at perhaps a Scroll of Regeneration by Th000. Th000, clearing out this natural expansion creep camp here, has double scrolls of healing on the Naga Sea Witch, and the Demon Hunter has a Ring of Regeneration, a Potion of Healing, and a Staff of Teleportation. That's looking very strong as well. Mortar teams now being added by Th000 to deal with those Dryads, and that's going to be important. Who has better unit positioning in this final fight? Whoever has the better unit positioning should come out ahead. Meanwhile, the Blood Mage sitting at, 27 intelligence, should pick up another one. Oh, just simply walks by the Tome of Intelligence. Not quite sure why, as the Mortar team is right there. That Tome of Intelligence is plus 2 additional damage for both the Blood Mage and the Archmage. It's also plus 2 damage, I believe, for the Naga Sea Witch. Yes, for the Naga Sea Witch. So that could translate into a very, very high DPS Naga Sea Witch if all of those Tomes of Agility are always being left behind. Demon Hunter now making its way over. You can see Dryads now making a move over as well. I believe the Tome of Intelligence was picked up. Yes, it was picked up by that Archmage, I believe, as the Blood Mage now coming in as well. There is some attacks, some beautiful Fork Lightning coming in, some slow, all of those splatter attacks coming in from those Mortar teams, and the Mortar teams really need to deal a lot of damage. However, this positioning is just not that useful for the Archmage army. He is now within 0 range on all of those Mortar teams, and because of that 0 range makes it near impossible for those Dryads to fall. Staff of Preservation off to the north here. All those Dryads are very low on hit points. Are they going to perhaps regroup? Scroll of Healing was used there, able to heal back up all of those Dryads in just a moment's notice. And what is we having next? The Blood Mage engaging against some Dryads. Once again, the Dryads, however, getting caught in transit, now looking to regroup. Coming back around, we see Spellbreakers, Priest, and Mortar teams getting caught and picked out midfield. It looks as though, yes, the Mortar team's not even gonna get that final shot off there, as the Dryads able to dance away. Dryads are just picking off Th000 units right now, and that's giving a lot of free experience to Th000, or free experiences to Moon, and you do not want to give free experience to any hero if you can avoid it. Archmage is seeing that 450, I believe 450 mana, has plenty, or almost in that level 5. That means that the Spellbreakers, or not the Spellbreakers, the Dryads will not be able to abolish magic nearly as easily just because of the amount of hit points on those water elementals. So far, we are just continue this chase over here. Let's take a look. Is that Archmage going to finish off those units? Spellbreakers, Mortar Team, Sorceress, all perfect units of choice whenever you have True Shot Aura on your main hero. And that True Shot Aura dealing an extra 4 damage per attack for your heroes, 1 to 2 damage per attack from your casters. That really does add up over time if your casters especially are only dealing 10 to 11 damage. Back off to the north, Pure Up to Vitality has been left behind. Tome of Intelligence. Alright, let's see. This one particular Goblin Zeppelin will be able to hide off to the north again, as the Dryads are coming back down over here. We may see a bit of a Creepjack here, but we're also going to definitely see a pincer attack if the Naga Sea Witch moves out with the rest of that army. Here you go. There is the engagement. The mortar teams now trying to lob some attacks in. Are we going to get some damage onto that one poor Demon Hunter? That Demon Hunter just hiding in the back here. Is it gonna be enough as another Dryad falls? Alright, Demon Archmage will be dropping level 5 or skills. That level 3 Water Elemental perhaps able to absorb and tank the majority of the damage from Moon. And Moon is just in trouble right now, down to how much supply. Moon just feels like he's in trouble. He has a lot of Dryads, but that's it. Especially considered he's going against a Spellbreaker Mortar Team composition. That is just the perfect composition there. There's some more Siphon mana as the Demon Hunter does not want to try and engage. Let's take a look at this again. Though still rolling on out with this army, chasing after all of these Dryads and the Naga Sea Witch. That Dryad Naga Sea Witch combination 1-2 should be strong enough to just at least slither away for the time being. Blood Mage now ready to go. You can see another expansion coming in. The Tree of Life, however, will be contesting with a Cannon Tower and a Guard Tower. Alright, the Cannon Tower, Guard Tower is a very nasty 1-2 combination. Mortar teams over here by Moon, or by Th000, in order to take down Moon's base here. This is not looking good at all. It looks as though the units are going to just barely survive as the Demon Hunter now tries and engage. Alright, there goes the rest of the units there. Mortar teams going after more units here. Are we going to perhaps get a Scroll of Town portal out of here? The Dryads are just completely surrounding this position as a Flame Strike goes down on multiple units here. Alright, Siphon mana away. A lot of damage being dealt. The Blood Mage could even try to get off another Flame Strike here, but I don't really know if it's going to be doing anything. Anti-Magic Shell also coming in on that Demon Hunter, but the Dryads are just taking so much damage, and I believe that is going to be it. The Archmage could focus down the Dryads. No, the Dryads looking like they're going to survive. No, there goes one. Is this bear going to survive? No, it does not. And somehow, Th000 survives very, very carefully after a carefully calculated timing, knowing that it is going to survive here. And now there goes that Tree of Life. The Tree of Life trying to get away from this Cannon Tower. Cannon Tower is doing a 90 to 11 damage per attack, even before you consider armor and also the bonus types that Unarmored has against those units. Alright, that's coming back over here. We're going to go after creeping again. Ogre Magi looking to fall here in just a second. There's a Flame Strike in the backfield. Blood Mage still with plenty of mana. Surprised that he didn't get the Lava Spawns. Lava Spawns are surprisingly useful. And now the Blood Mage is now just chasing after the rest of the units here. Is it going to be enough? Just trying to take down all those units. It looks like they will be able to escape, but this is not looking good for Moon. Moon is pretty much up the creek without a paddle at this point, and he needs to find a way to finish things up. So far, the bear is still slowly crawling away. Let's take a look at where they're going to be going next. It looks like they're just going to go inside their base, hang out for a little bit, and then perhaps try and make it their way back out here in just a second. Alright, triple mortar teams outside the base. More than enough to take down the necessary Moonwells here. Where is this going to be going next? There is an Ancient of Wonders down over here, the Ogre Mauler, and a handful of bears, 6 bears, or 5 bears, and 1 Druid of the Claw, as we're now looking at a possible sneak attack from behind. All right, there you go. The Spellbreakers are already all in position. The Moro teams are all there as well. Spellbreakers trying to fend off the attack here. It looks as though a Flame Strike is going to do a lot of damage. There is now a Siphon mana away, as the Blood Mage may try to get down another Flame Strike here in just a second. Are we going to be seeing exactly that? I do believe so, if we can have the timing. And yes, the timing is that all of these units are now on the run. All right, Spellbreaker is not taking any damage whatsoever. Very, very strong composition, making sure to not fall at the prey of his own Blizzard. Meanwhile, I'm not quite sure what happened there. Just dancing all around, the Necropolis was taken out, and now pretty much Moon's chances of getting back into this game are going to be all for naught now at this point, as all the units are just retreating again. Still no expansion down over here. This expansion was cleared, and now it is gone. We are looking at the Demon Hunter now trying to get back once more. It looks as though, yes, the bear will get taken out. Level 6 on the Archmage. Level 5 on the Blood Mage. That means once the Blood Mage gets to level 5, we could actually see Phoenix. That is an ability that I don't get to see all too often. And Phoenix is extremely strong. An air unit that only attacks with anti-magic attacks, meaning a lot of the units out there do take full damage. The Grunts, the Knights, the Footmen all take full damage from that unit. All right, let's see what's happening here. All right, Archmage leading the way with that Blood Mage right alongside him. What's happening next? Sorceress and Priest still making their way over. And it looks like they're going to be coming into a clash here at what I call the 7 o'clock position. All right, though, just chasing after Moon right now. Moon realizing that he is just buying time away from his opponent. Will we see perhaps some more buildings getting taken down? Yes, that seems to be the case. At least force an engagement. If you think your opponent only has 2 Ancients of Wind, if you can take it out, that much better. All right, here we go. There's the engagement. Dryads now trying to run away. Triads trying to run away. Meanwhile, we see that this one Demon Hunter was constantly slowed. He is slowed again. And by constantly being slowed, he needs to use that Staff of Preservation to head back home and make sure that he is in a good position. All right, let's see. The main home is already empty. Let's take a look at the natural expansion. No, that's not the actual expansion. Okay, this is a major fight down over here. Got my maps confused for a second. All right, Staff of, or not Staff of Teleportation, just Mass Teleport in order to get away. And a beautiful, beautiful attack right there. Taking down the tree and now Mass Teleporting away. You can see another expansion has been completed and constructed. The Dryads, Fairy Dragons now looking for perhaps a couple of... a couple... floating vendors, not floating vendors, the item packs. What am I thinking? Combining Dota 2 with this. Anyways, oh wow, did not realize I was this sick. Refocus, Archmage coming in over here. It looks as though he should be able to stop this gold mine from really being able to mine all too much. The Tree of Eternity was moved. And now that the Tree of Eternity is moved, it is going to go ahead and just jump on inside there. Meanwhile, the Blood Mage and the Archmage, all very, very strong candidates of just mass teleporting, leading an army, is going to be extremely strong there. There goes a Wisp, and now we are going to see the Tree of Eternity take a lot of damage. All right, Spellbreakers are all right there, all of them dealing an additional +2 damage as well. That +2 damage does add up over time, and you can already see that the Tree of Eternity is down to about 500 hit points. Meanwhile, the other army is trying to make their way in. There is the Flame Strike, and I believe the Flame Strike hit just as those units were trying to make their way out, and that is why that particular strategy worked out oh so well. Bears, Dryads, Goblin Shredder. It looks as though it is a Demon Hunter versus a Naga Sea Witch in terms of composition. As the Blood Mage now looks to engage. Another Mass Teleport coming in as well. It looks as though, yes, it is going to be able to teleport without a problem. Teleporting all the way back home and regrouping. All right, regrouping all of these units. The Archmage now once again leading the charge. Blood Mage right behind it, almost at level 6. We could see a Phoenix come into play here in just a moment, but still no signs of that yet. Let's take a look at the food supply. Food supply is at 80 over 100. Meanwhile, we are at 57 over 50, so Moon is definitely in trouble right now. And what is this? Tho also has 3 operational expansions. Yes, 3 operational expansions, at least for the next 2 minutes, some odd seconds. And off over here, we still do not see a town hall. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. This Tree of Life is going to get beat down relatively quickly. There's not much that Moon can do. And I believe this is going to be GG. He's launching now a counterattack coming in from the other side. There is one Demon Hunter here. But once this expansion is gone, we can see, I can most likely see a mass teleport heading off over here. No, the teleport is all over here and now going to head off to the north. There you have it. There goes one mortar team. One bear, as both sides are now looking to fight it out. Blood Mage continuing to engage here. Let's go ahead and go after all of these units. It looks as though, yes, all of those units are going to take a severe amount of damage. There goes another, and the casters fighting from behind their own shop, very strong, giving them that extra little bit of damage, and there is the GG. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 1 in this series.